Hello Bookish friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi, and today's video is a very exciting one because we are going to my very first library book sale. I have talked about my library before, saying that it's like not the best library in the world. Like, I go there to try to get like new releases and they never freaking have them, so that's why I buy a lot of my books. I did recently find out that they are doing a huge book sale where every book is basically $1, and so my mom and I are gonna go check it out to see what we can find. Today is actually the first day of the sale, and I told my mom, I was like, we're going right at 4 because I want to get all the good books. So today is a $5 entry fee, which is not a problem. I'd rather pay the $5 and get in before everybody else like rummages through all these books than get like everybody's dusty crumbs. So it is about 3:40 right now. I gotta go pick up my mom and then we're gonna head to the library sale. I got my Lululemon crossbody bag on because I can't have anything interrupting my experience and my shopping. I'm gonna try to vlog as much as I can in the library, but depending on like how many people are there and how hectic and like busy it is, I don't know if I'll get much footage, but we will definitely be doing a haul when I get back. But I am bringing $27 only with me because minus the $5 it's gonna cost me to get in. So I have $27 to spend on books. And since every book is $1, I could potentially get up to 27 books, but I don't think I'm going to have that much success. Oh, I gotta bring bags. I gotta remember to bring shopping bags, which are over there. But hopefully we'll have a nice juicy haul when I get back. Let's all say a quick prayer that I can find some good books and not get like all those basic ass thrillers from all like the basic authors. Like I want good books. I want books that I see on Bookstagram, that I see on BookTok. I want the good books. So that's why we're going so early. But I'm gonna grab my bags, gonna get in my car, go pick up my mom, and we are going to go shop our library book sale. If I don't see you in the library, I will see you when I come back for a haul. Okay, we are back from the library sale. I didn't film a single thing in there because it was mobbed. Also, Louis is legit right there. And he's panting per usual, so if you can hear him, I'm very sorry. Today is Thursday, and the first day of it, you had to pay $5 to get in. It was kind of like early access. And I was thinking that like not a lot of people would do that, but there was so many people there. Like I literally was like, oh shit, like there wasn't that many people when we first got there. And like it didn't take that long for us to get in. But like when we like were getting ready to like check out, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like there's too many freaking people here. And there was people with like giant bags just like shoving books in. And I was like, interesting. But I did get 16 books. And I got some goodies. There was this one girl in front of me that got this really popular book. I was so sad I didn't get it, but it is what it is. I did get some really good books. So there's no particular order to these whatsoever. We're just gonna go and I'm gonna talk briefly about each book because as you probably assume, I don't know anything about these books because I just literally, I would pick it up, read like the quick little description and be like, yeah, sure. Each book was $1. So I got 16 books for $16, which is fantastic. So let's just get into it. So the first book I have here is Friends and Strangers by J. Courtney Sullivan. I would be lying if I said this cover isn't what like attracted me to this book. It is an insightful, hilarious, and compulsively readable novel about a complicated friendship between two women who are at two very different stages in life. Elizabeth, an accomplished journalist and a new mother, is struggling to adjust to life in a small town after 20 years in New York City. A job opportunity for her husband and the chance to live closer to his financially struggling parents convinced Elizabeth to move. But alone in the new house with their infant son all day and awake with him much of the night, she feels uneasy, adrift. She neglects her work, losing untold hours to the Brooklyn Moms Facebook group, her influencer sister's Instagram feed, and text chains with the best friend she never sees anymore. Enter Sam, a senior at the local women's college who is hired by Elizabeth to babysit. Sam is struggling to decide between the path she's always planned on and a romantic entanglement that threatens her ambition. Worried about her student loan debt and what the future holds. In short, Sam and Elizabeth grow close. Sam becomes Elizabeth's confidant, a repository for all the secrets Elizabeth is too ashamed to even tell her husband. Elizabeth, in turn, offers guidance, allying Sam's fears. But when Sam finds an unlikely kindred spirit in Elizabeth's father-in-law, the true differences between the women's lives are starkly revealed and betrayal has devastating consequences. Don't know. It sounded decent. I was like, whatever, sure. Oh, and then this book, behind that girl that got the good book that I was just telling you about, and she saw this and she was like, by the way, this is really good. I'm like resisting every temptation to have another copy. So she said that and I was like, I don't even need you to read what it is, just give me it. This is The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith. I would have guessed that 4 minutes could change everything. Today should be one of the worst days of 17-year-old Hadley Sullivan's life. But then she meets the perfect boy in JFK's airport cramped waiting area. His name is Oliver. He's British and he's in her row. After a long night on the plane passes in the blink of an eye, Hadley and Oliver lose track of each other in the chaos of the airport upon arrival. Can fate intervene to bring them together once more? Set over a 24-hour period, Hadley and Oliver's story makes you believe that true love finds you when you're least expecting it. So she literally handed this to me and was like, this is a really good book and I'm trying not to buy a second copy of it, so you should buy this. And I was like, okay, sure. Whatever. Next, this was a good find too. I really did find some gems. Just heard Peru's Project talk about this book because she just read it and loved it. And that is The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. I don't really know what this is about, but I saw this and I was like, oh, Peru's Project was just talking about this, so I'm just gonna grab it. Sometimes when you open the door to the past, what you confront is your destiny. Reclusive author Vida Winter, famous for her collection of 12 enchanting stories, has spent the past 6 decades penning a series of alternative lives for herself. Now old and ailing, she is ready to reveal the truth about her extraordinary existence and the violent and tragic past she has kept secret for so long. So I think this author obviously has like 12 really good stories, and then the 13th story is like the story of her life. So I don't know. Peru's Project said she really loved this. We shall see. This is a pretty thick book, and this is in great condition for only $1, so I'm very excited to have this. I picked this up on a whim because I hear everybody like raving about Christina Hanna right now. I read a couple of her books and like didn't love any of them because I was just like these are kind of boring. But I did pick up Winter Garden. I'm clearly building a fall TBR, and the next book is also going to prove that. So this one says, mesmerizing from the first page to the last, Winter Garden is one woman's sweeping, heartbreaking story of love, loss, and redemption. At once an epic love story set in World War II Russia and an intimate portrait of contemporary mothers and daughters poised at the crossroads of their life. It explores the heartbreak of war, the cost of survival, and the ultimate triumph of the human spirit. It is a novel that will haunt the reader long after the last page is turned. What the fuck? That sounds sad, but we're gonna add this to my fall TBR. I'm not gonna read the rest of it. Kristen Hanna is like a historical fiction like writer. I read The Four Winds and like that was okay, and then I forget what the other book I read was. The Great Alone, I think I listened to on audio, and I was like, oh my god. Like, her books are long and they're very like day-to-day basis rather than like action-packed, but I figured I would give this a try for $1. You never know. The next book is also going on my winter TBR, and that is The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon. I should know how to read this author's last name. McMahon? I don't know. So The Winter People, this book is like falling apart. So it says, some secrets never die. West Hall, Vermont has always been a place of strange disappearances and old legends. The most mysterious is that of Sarah Harrison Shea, who in 1908 was found dead in the field behind her house just months after the tragic death of her daughter Gertie. Townspeople say that Sarah's ghost walks the streets after midnight, and some still leave offerings on their doorsteps to prevent her from coming inside. Ruthie Washburn has never put much stock in West Hall's rumors. Having grown up in an isolated farmhouse with her mother, Alice, and her younger sister Fawn, she dreams of leaving her sleepy town and escaping her mother's odd insistence that they live off the grid without internet or even a listed phone number. But when Ruthie wakes up one morning to find that Alice has vanished without a trace, she begins to wonder if her mother's eccentricities have a deeper reason, especially when she finds a copy of Sarah Harrison Shea's diary hidden beneath the floor of Alice's room. Wow. The diary tells the story of a mother on the edge, a mother who is willing to do the unthinkable in order to hold her daughter in her arms. Once again, no matter the consequences. And Ruthie gets suckered deep into the mystery. I can't even read it. There's like ink. I don't know. Some sort of mystery about people going missing and whatnot. But this is also going to go on my winter TBR. I saw this and I've read from this author before and really liked what I read. There was like one book that I didn't love and then like 2 books that maybe I liked, but we're going to try it. Next book I picked up because Sarah Ward, aka the magical reader on here, was just talking about this on her YouTube channel, and that is Divergent. This is obviously a similar story to Hunger Games, but I think this is so much better. In Sarah's video, she was talking about how like 4 is her book boyfriend, and I'm like, yup, 4 is my book boyfriend. I don't really love like men from books, but 4, oh, I'm thinking Theo James from the freaking movie, because I love the movies, but I don't think I've ever read the Divergent books, but I loved the movie, so now I'm gonna try to read the books. One choice decides your friends, one choice defines your beliefs, one choice determines your loyalties forever, one chance can transform you. So basically this is like, this gives me vibes of Hunger Games in 4th Wing, where you get to choose like what quadrant you go in and how you want to live your life. And this one, I forget the main girl's name. No idea what her name is. Triss maybe? Triss, I think is the girl's name. The main character's name is Triss, and she decides to go into like the fighting quadrant, and that's where she meets 4 and whatnot. So I want to give this a try. I want to read the books. So they didn't have the other 3 books in like the same size, the same copy. So I was like, let me just get the first one, see if I like it. See if I like it better than the movies, and if not, then I don't have to continue on. This is actually a book I was gonna pick up at the library when I was there like browsing a couple of weeks ago, just to borrow, and then I saw it in part of the sale, so I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna buy it. And this is Writers and Lovers by Lily King. Blindsided by her mother's sudden death and wrecked by a recent love affair, Casey Peabody has arrived in Cambridge, Massachusetts in the summer of 1997 without a plan. Her mail consists of wedding invitations and final notices from debt collectors. A former child golf prodigy, she now waits tables in Harvard Square and rents a tiny moldy room at the side of a garage where she works on the novel she's been writing for 6 years. At 31, Casey is still clutching on to something nearly all her old friends have let go of, the determination to live a creative life. When she falls for 2 very different men at the same time, her world fractures even more. Casey's fight to fulfill her ambitions and balance the conflicting demands of art and life is challenged in ways that pushes her to the brink. I don't know, just sounded cute. So that's it for that. All right, now we're on our second book. Our second bag. Jesus Christ. I got these 2 towards the end. Actually, all 3 of these towards the end. They're just some thrillers. I got 2 from Karen Slaughter and then 1 from Lisa Unger. These were like last minute pickups. Like I was like, all right, I think I'm done. And then I did 1 more lap around and then found these, and I was like, for $1, why not? I read Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter and like didn't love it. So I was kind of like, do I really like her? Like her books are thick. Pretty sure Pretty Girls was like over 400 pages and like there was so many words on each page, but I decided to pick these up because they were $1, and the font on these is like, these books are obviously a lot bigger, so it's gonna be easier to read. I got The Silent Wife, which this says it's about. I wanted was someone to love. Investigating the killing of a prisoner during a riot inside a state penitentiary, GBI investigator Will Trent is confronted with disturbing information. One of the inmates claims that he is innocent of a brutal attack for which he has always been the prime suspect. The man insists that he was framed by a corrupt law enforcement team led by Jeffrey Tolliver, and that the real culprit is still out there, a serial killer who has systematically been preying on women across the state for years. If Will reopens the investigation and implicates the dead police officer with a hero's reputation of wrongdoing, the convict is willing to provide the information GBI needs about the riot murder. Only days ago, another young woman was viciously murdered in a state park in northern Georgia. Is it a fluke, or could there be a serial killer on the loose? We shall see, but like, look at how thick these books are. Like, why? The other one I got is The Last Widow, also by Karen Slaughter. These still have like the cover on them from the library. So this is just, let's see what this one's about. So it says, a mysterious kidnapping. On a hot summer night, a scientist from the Centers for Disease Control is grabbed by unknown assailants in a shopping center parking lot. The authorities are desperate to save the doctor, who's been vanished into thin air. A devastating explosion. 1 month later, the serenity of a sunny Sunday afternoon is shattered by the boom of a ground-shaking blast, followed by another seconds later. One of Atlanta's busiest and most important neighborhoods has been bombed. The location of Emory University, 2 major hospitals, and FBI field office in the CDC. A diabolical enemy. Medical examiner Sarah Linton and her partner Will Trent, an investigator with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, rush to the scene and into the heart of a deadly conspiracy that threatens to destroy thousands of innocent lives. When they abduct Sarah, Will goes undercover to save her and prevent a massacre, putting his own life on the line for the woman and the country he loves. So these clearly have the same main character, detective. So we'll see if that's a series and see if there's any certain order I need to read it in. But the next book that I picked up is Ink and Bone by Lisa Unger. I read some book by her. Secluded Cabin, Sleep 6. And I picked up another one of her books from a Half Price Books when I was in Dallas. No idea where that went. So when I saw this, I was like, sure, why not? It says, a young woman's mysterious gift forces her into the dangerous investigation of a little girl's disappearance. I'm not going to read that. It's basically probably just another thriller. So no need to bore you with reading the synopsis of that one. All right, next I got This Is Where I Leave You by Jonathan Tropper. This on the back says one of the best books of the year from Entertainment Weekly, Los Angeles Times, Washington Post, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't really read any of this. I love this cover. Like, this is just so cute and just simple. So this says, the death of Judd Foxman's father marks the first time that the entire Foxman clan has congregated in years. There is, however, one conspicuous absence. Jude's wife, Jen, whose affair with his radio jock boss has recently become painfully public. Simultaneously mourning the demise of his father and his marriage, Jude joins his family as they reluctantly sit Shiva and spend 7 days and 7 nights under the same roof. As long-standing grudges resurface, secrets are revealed and old passions are reawakened. Then Jen arrives with news of her own. She's pregnant. Oh my God. It says that this is a funny, emotionally raw novel about love, marriage, divorce, family, and the ties that bind us, whether we like it or not. That sounds freaking fucked. Okay, this one I'm really excited about. So I'm like on a Riley Sager kick. Like in the month of August, I read 2 of his books, but I think I read a decent amount of his books. I think I'm up to like 4 now. And I saw this, which is This Is the Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. Don't really know what this is about. Truth and a Lie. Vivian, Natalie, Allison, and Emma played it all the time at Camp Nightingale, but the games ended the night Emma sleepily watched the others sneak out of the cabin into the darkness. The last she or anyone saw of them was Vivian closing the cabin door, hushing Emma with a finger pressed to her lips. Now a rising star in the New York art scene, Emma turns her past into paintings. Massive canvases filled with dark gnarled branches that cover ghostly shapes in white dresses. When the paintings catch the attention of a wealthy owner of Camp Nightingale, Francesca implores Emma to return to the newly reopened camp as an art instructor. Would she like to put the past to rest? That sounds amazing. So she probably goes back to this camp and like people start dying and she probably figures out what happened to her friends. So can't go wrong with Riley Sager. All right, we're coming up on the end. So then I actually got 2 books from Emily St. John Mandel, also based off Peru's project recommendations. This is Station 11, but I read the synopsis quickly and it said on this one snowy night, and that was all I needed to be like, okay, I'll get this for my winter TBR. Disturbing, inventive, and exciting. Ambitious take on a post-apocalyptic world where some strive to preserve art, culture, and kindness. Those are just some of the little blurbs on the back. So this is a unsettling dystopian novel that allows for moments of great tenderness. So, oh God, it takes place after a pandemic, Jesus. So this takes place after a pandemic. That's fun. And then the other book I got is a freaking large print book, but you know what? It's fine. I don't even know if you can tell. It doesn't say, oh, it does say large print right here. This is The Glass Hotel, also by Emily St. John Mandel. Captivating story of crisis and survival, Emily St. John Mandel takes readers through the often hidden landscapes, campgrounds for the near homeless, underground electronica clubs, the business of international shipping, service and luxury hotels, and life in a federal prison. The Glass Hotel is a captivating portrait of greed and guilt, love and delusion, ghosts and unintended consequences in the infinite ways we search for meaning in our lives. We shall see. Peruse Project always talks about that author, so I was like, might as well. Alright. I also picked this up on a whim because I was like, sure, sounds good. I actually didn't even read it. I literally looked at the cover and I was like, looks spooky. And this is Lies in Bone by Natalie, I don't even know, Simone's? I have no idea how to say that. Told by a tart-tongued young woman with a love of Bruce Springsteen, Lies and Bones is at once a mystery and coming-of-age tale fueled by dark secrets involving love, murder, and the truths worth lying for. I don't know, some sort of thriller. Louis, look at how cute he is. I'm snoozing. He went to daycare today, so he's definitely sleepy. He said, are you talking about me? He's so cute. I just love that dog so much. Okay, this is the first book I saw that like caught my attention and I was like, oh yeah, we're good. And that is Bully by Penelope Douglas. I think this is the first in the series. The amount of times I have thought about like actually purchasing this at a bookstore is out of control. So when I saw it, I was like, yup, 100%. It says, my name is Tate. He doesn't call me that though. He would never refer to me by a friendly nickname. No, he'll barely even speak to me, but he still won't leave me alone. We were best friends once. Then he turned on me and made it his mission to ruin my life. I was humiliated, shut out, and gossiped about all through high school. His pranks and rumors got worse as time wore on, and I made myself sick trying to stay out of his way. I even went away for a year just to avoid him, but I'm done hiding from him now, and there's no way I'll allow him to ruin another year. He might not have changed, but I have. It's time to fight back. So I'm pretty sure this is like the first book, but I'm pretty sure this is like really spicy. And he like bullied her in high school and then they probably fall in love and have lots of dirty sex, which I'm here for it. So that is it for my ginormous library sale book haul. I'm gonna try to hold all these books up so I can take a thumbnail picture, but God bless. Can she do it? Oh, nope, already failing. So these are the books I got, the 16 books. I got, oh geez, they're all falling. From my library sale. That was a good first trip to my library sale, and I honestly found a lot more books than I thought I was going to. Whenever I go to like my library, it's always like fantastic. All those basic thriller authors that have like 30 books because they're like 75 years old, like James Patterson, David Baldacci, or whatever his last name is, Danielle Steele. Like that's pretty much all my library has. So I'm hoping that like once they like get rid of all these books, maybe they get new books in to like loan out, because like some of these books have like the library covers and I'm thinking maybe they're getting rid of them because not that many people have taken them out in the last couple of years, and that's why they're getting rid of them. And hopefully my library is getting a refresh, but who knows. But yes, thanks for hanging out with me today. Sorry I didn't get much footage in the actual sale. It was just too chaotic for me and I was just very overwhelmed and not feeling it and did not want to bring a camera out in front of all these people. But yeah, if you like these kinds of videos, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a video. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.